today's toy spot, we are having a look at the Hasbro Marvel Legends series Ulik. Ulik being the larger of the figures released from this particular wave. He is recommended for ages 4 and up. Comes to us from the folks over at Hasbro. Up at the top, you've got an image of Ulik there. More realistic, I suppose, than how he is depicted here in figure form. Spin around the back of the package, your read-up says, strong, durable, and fierce in battle, Ulik is a legend among the trolls of Asgard. Be on the lookout for other figures, Captain Marvel, Spider-Man Noir, Marvel's Triton, Ulik, Yondu, and first appearance Iron Man. To check out more from Marvel, head over to www.marvel.com. Spot's going to take a break and get this opened up. When we come back, though, we're going to get a better look at Ulik. There's more heading away, guys. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. Looking at Ulik, he's surprisingly a large figure, but all things considered, a relatively light figure. There's really not a lot of weight to this guy. I feel like the torso could be a hollow piece as opposed to maybe some of the larger figures that we've gotten in before, perhaps like the likes of Apocalypse or some of the Hulk figures from the Marvel Universe line. They tend to have come across feeling a little bit heavier. Ulik somehow feels a little bit lighter, all things considered. Don't kid yourself, though. Don't kid yourself, ladies and gentlemen. He is still a lot taller than some of the other Marvel Legends series 3 3/4 inch figures. There he is paired next to one of my personal favorites, Yondu. You can see how much bigger he is proportionately and height-wise to Yondu there. A rather interesting figure. Perhaps maybe some people don't know quite too much about Ulik. It's nice, certainly, when you can start getting more of these, not obscure characters, but certainly the lesser-known characters to figure form. Ulik is sporting a green strapped harness that actually connects itself to its belt. Carries over to the back there as well. A pair of matching green underoos there for consideration. The equivalent of some somewhat knuckled guards there on his knuckles there as well. Let's have a look at his face. Bring the camera in. There we go. I like the expression on his face as well. A very fitting expression for the character of Ulik here. The coloring is pretty good, all things considered. Slightly caramel orangey brown, and then they've washed a darker brown on the shoulders, the arms, the chest, the lower legs, and of course all across his back. The hair sculpted pretty good, I also have to admit. And the beard. That's a good full beard to be proud of. It's more a Mennonite beard. He doesn't really have a mustache going on there. And it also looks like he's sporting a unibrow. A figure for this size, pretty nicely painted. I have generally no issues with the Marvel Universe, or for that matter, Marvel Legends series 3 3/4 inch figures when it comes to their paint. They're always stellar. There's a few hiccups here and there, yes, but generally I have no real issues with the paint. You could say, yes, the green areas from the inner thigh aren't painted in. Instead, they've been left the same barren orange plastic as the rest of his body, but it's acceptable, as you're probably likely going to be having the figure displayed from the front anyways. You're not going to be showcasing that all that much. He kind of has turtle feet, like Ninja Turtle feet. 2 big toes on either side there. Very posable also, I might add. Speaking of posability, Ulik's head is on a ball joint. Lots of motion there in the head area. He has a ball joint torso, and luckily these little shoulder straps, part of his harness, actually are separate and independent from the rest of his torso, so it doesn't obstruct at all when you move the torso around. These stay completely out of the way, which is good. Shoulders hinge out, as well as a full rotation all the way around. He doesn't have a bicep swivel, however, his swivel relies solely in his forearm, which also has a bend in the elbow. A rotation also in the wrists. I probably would be showcasing a display of this guy with his knuckles up ready for a brawl. As for his legs are hinged. They hinge out. Quite a considerable amount of a split there as well. Forward and back, a little more limited, I have to admit, due to the fact that you have to swivel the leg forward in order to bend the leg back and forth. Not crazy about that. I wish that was a ball joint, but all things considered, he does have a bend in the knee, which also allows the lower leg to rotate. And not only does he have a hinge in the foot, but he has the very well... Oh, I like that. He's got a little swivel back and forth in his foot, so you can get some extra posing going on there as well. Yes, indeed, the Ulik turned out pretty good. Consistently, this wave has done pretty good for itself. I'm quite happy with how it turned out, except for first appearance Iron Man. First appearance Iron Man, I think, still is just a train wreck. But that, from what I've heard, actually, it doesn't impact everybody. I find some people have said that their Iron Mans turned out just fine. Maybe I was just the lucky one. At any rate, today we're having a look at the Marvel Legends Series 3 3/4 inch Ulik. Stay tuned, guys. Spot's going to have more toy spots heading your way. As always, thanks for watching. See you next time.